Johan.
Johan?
That's my first name.
Johan.
And Kalin is my
because the Nepali
second.
names and the European or other names are so different, so it's very hard for us to pronounce it correctly. Johan.
Yeah, that's my first name.
Johan.
And my second name is, my family name is Kalin.
Kalin.
Yeah. It's like Nepali names for me are really, really hard. If I read them, it's easier, but listen and pronounce is really, really hard.
Yeah. And so we feel for Europe. So hello, Mr. Coach. We are really glad to have you here. So how are you feeling, and what kind of time are you having in Nepal?
I like it here. I'm glad to be here. It's an interesting challenge, this job, and it will take a lot of hard work. But I think, as I said since I came, like it's a lot of potential in Nepali football, but we need to take care of it. We need to work hard with the players. We need to get a lot of time on the training pitch with the players. But I think there's potential, and I like it.
Yeah. So it hasn't been that long. So just few months that you have been to Nepal and training the players. So how do you define the Nepali football players?
I think the Nepali players are good to work with. They have a good attitude on the pitch. They work hard on the pitch. But I think in the long run, we need to train more. We need to train a lot more in Nepal. Right now, if you compare to Europe, I would guess an amateur player in Europe are training maybe twice as many times a year as the Nepali players. But the Nepali players are playing a lot more games. So it's the total amount of playing is probably about the same, but we need more time on the training pitch. The coaches need time to teach the player and find a way of playing, their style of playing. But I think the players are really good to work with. They listen, they want to learn. So I have no complaints about that.
Is there any language problem we're teaching them, because most of them may not be so fluent in speaking English, or like we Nepalese are not that good in having communication in other languages. So is language creating a barrier between the coach and the players right now?
It's a challenge, of course, because English is not my first language either. So sometimes I don't really find the right words, and the players, it's not their first language. So sometimes we have problems understanding each other, but that's why I said it's so important for me to have a Nepali assistant coach. So now I have Kiran that's helping me, and then it's no problem, because if a player don't understand, he will help us. The player will help each other. So I don't see it as a problem. More like for me, I need to think one more time to be extra clear about what I want to tell them. But it's a small challenge, but it's easily overcome.
Is this your first experience as a coach, or have you worked before as a coach?
It's the first time with the national team, but I've been coaching for at least 15 years and worked full-time with educational coaches within an FA. So I would say my coaching experience is pretty high. I tested different kind of coaching. I worked in pretty high leading positions in outside of football. So I feel pretty safe and secure in my coaching philosophy.
It's really very important for a coach to actually know a player individually, know the strength of a player, what is their weaknesses, how we can overcome the weaknesses. We should actually, it's very important for a coach to know a player individually and get connected with them as a person as well, not just as a coach but as a person as well. So are you finding that connection between the players, or are they just regarding you as the coach, and they are just limited within that boundary of teaching and learning?
Yeah, I think you're totally right. I always say when I are having coaching courses, you have to get to know the person and not only the player, because otherwise you will never find a way to motivate him or her, because we all have different things that motivates us. It takes time to bond in that sense, and so far we haven't had the time to really connect, but I think that's a clear ambition, and I think it's a must to be able to develop each and every player. but it takes time, and it's easier when we're away with the team because then you spend more time with the player. So I think we will get there. But this camp we called for 40 players, and we've been running for a week, and in that time you don't get to know everybody as a person. That's the way it is. But all along the way, I hope to get to know everybody more and more.
So what do you think, like every coach has a goal, like I will take my team to this place, I will within this coaching period I will take this team to another level, or like something. They always have a goal, and they will always strive for a goal. What is your goal regarding the Nepali national team?
For me, it's setting goals and targets is always hard, and I always try to avoid setting targets when talking about results. We're going to win this or that, or we're going to end up in a certain position in the league, because it's hard. You can never control that really, because football is a complicated game. You get opponents that are trying to ruin for you, and sometimes the opponents are just stronger than you. They're a better team, and then you have to accept that. So my targets are more in the sense of developing a way of playing. I want us to, first of all, to get a strong organization. So we have an organization to fall back on and rely on, and to get support from when we're playing stronger teams. And when we get that together, we can start building the attacking play. So the big target is to develop a way of playing, and I think if we can do that, the result will come after a while. So I won't say that we're gonna reach the World Cup, or we're gonna beat India 5-0 or anything like that, but we're gonna play a stronger game, and hopefully that will lead to good results.
So, like, what do you think? Like, what is the weakness of our team? Because it has been some days or some few months that you have trained them. What do you think that the thing that they should actually put the most effort on, the thing that they can improve, or the weakest point of Nepali football team?
I think right now, and what we're working on now is what we see is the most important thing to start with, is the organization of the team, the defensive play, how to defend to not concede silly goals, and I think we need to become tighter in defense, because we can't concede too easy goals, because then we need to score 3 or 4 goals ahead, and that's really hard.
So you mean Nepal is quite good in attacking, but they lack the defense mechanism in comparison to the attack?
I think first of all we lack the defensive organization. We don't defend as a unit, as a team together. In my way of looking at football, when we don't have the ball, we have 11 defenders. When we have the ball, we have 11 attackers. And I think we always need to start with the defensive part, because that's the start of attacking. Because if you don't have the ball, you can't attack. And to win the ball, you need to defend. So if you start with the attacking game, at least in my opinion, you start kind of in the wrong way. If you start with the defensive organization, you can build from that and build an attacking game.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, the same. Thank you.
यस्तै जानकारीमूलक र रमाइला भिडियो हेर्नका लागि लोकपथ टिभीलाई सब्स्क्राइब गर्नुहोस् अनि छेउमा रहेको बेल आइकनलाई क्लिक गर्न नबिर्सनुहोस्।